The world watched in shock as news broke of Hezbollah's latest tactic weaponized pagers. This unexpected development left many in disbelief, as these devices were once considered relics of the past, now repurposed for a sinister new use. These seemingly innocuous devices, once symbols of a bygone era, were transformed into instruments of terror. Pagers, which were once used for simple communication, now carried a deadly payload, turning everyday objects into potential threats. The implications were chilling. This was not just about the explosions themselves, but what they represented: a new level of ingenuity and daring from a group already known for its operational prowess. The use of such an unexpected tool demonstrated a frightening level of creativity and adaptability. The incident sent shockwaves through the global security apparatus, raising urgent questions about the vulnerability of aviation and the need for a radical rethink of security protocols. Airports, which are already high-security zones, now faced an even greater challenge in ensuring the safety of passengers and staff. The use of pagers was a masterstroke in strategic ingenuity. By repurposing an outdated technology, Hezbollah managed to bypass many of the modern security measures that were in place. This highlighted the need for continuous innovation in security technologies. Unlike conventional explosives, these devices were small, readily available, and easily overlooked in standard security screenings. Their size and common appearance made them perfect for slipping through the cracks of even the most stringent security checks. This allowed Hezbollah to potentially breach security measures that had been designed to detect larger, more obvious threats. The incident underscored the importance of vigilance and the need for security personnel to be trained to recognize even the most inconspicuous of threats. The incident served as a stark reminder that terrorists are constantly evolving their methods, exploiting the mundane and unexpected to deadly effect. It emphasized the need for global cooperation and intelligence sharing to stay ahead of such innovative threats. The world must remain vigilant and adaptable to counteract these ever-changing tactics. Hezbollah's choice of weapon was as surprising as it was effective. Pagers, once ubiquitous, had largely faded from public use, replaced by smartphones and other advanced technologies. This obsolescence, however, proved to be their advantage. Their very anonymity made them ideal for covert operations, slipping under the radar of traditional surveillance and intelligence gathering. The transition from communication device to weapon was surprisingly simple. Hezbollah operatives exploited the basic electronics of the pager, converting them into improvised detonators. The devices were likely modified with readily available components, making detection even more difficult. This low-tech approach underscored a chilling reality. Even the most commonplace objects could be transformed into deadly weapons in the wrong hands.
While the concept seems simple, the engineering behind these pager bombs was anything but crude. The process involved meticulous planning and a deep understanding of both the electronic and explosive components. Each step required precision to ensure the device would function as intended. Hezbollah's bomb makers displayed a keen understanding of electronics and explosives, creating devices that were both lethal and discreet. Their expertise allowed them to integrate explosive materials seamlessly into everyday objects, making detection extremely difficult. This was not a matter of simply strapping explosives to a pager. It required technical expertise to ensure reliable detonation while minimizing the risk of accidental triggering. The internal wiring had to be meticulously arranged to avoid any short circuits or malfunctions.
The explosives themselves were likely chosen for their size and stability. Selecting the right type of explosive was crucial to the success of the device, as it needed to be powerful enough to cause damage but stable enough to handle without risk. High-powered explosives would be counterproductive, risking premature detonation and drawing unwanted attention. The balance between power and stability was a key consideration in the design process. Instead, they likely opted for smaller, more stable compounds that could still inflict significant damage within a confined space. These compounds were chosen for their ability to be easily concealed and their effectiveness in targeted attacks. The detonators were carefully calibrated to be triggered remotely or with a timer, giving the operatives control over the timing and location of the attack. This level of control was essential for executing precise operations without being detected.
The potential consequences of a pager bomb detonating on an aircraft are nothing short of catastrophic. The confined space of an airplane cabin means that even a small explosion can have devastating effects. While the explosion itself might be relatively small, its impact within the confined and pressurized cabin of an airplane would be amplified. The pressure differential at high altitudes can exacerbate the damage, causing more extensive structural failures. The primary concern would be fire, as even a small explosion could ignite flammable materials within the cabin, such as upholstery, luggage, and personal items. The presence of oxygen masks and other emergency equipment could also contribute to the fire's intensity, leading to a rapidly spreading inferno. In such a confined space, the fire could quickly consume the available oxygen, creating a life-threatening situation for passengers and crew.
Beyond the immediate threat of fire, there's the potential for structural damage. The force of the explosion could weaken the aircraft's frame, making it more susceptible to further damage during flight. While modern aircraft are built to withstand a certain amount of stress, an explosion, however small, could compromise the integrity of the fuselage or critical systems, such as the hydraulic lines that control the aircraft's movements, potentially leading to a catastrophic loss of control. Pilots might struggle to maintain stability, especially if the explosion affects the control surfaces or engines. Furthermore, the explosion could damage or interfere with the aircraft's vital electronic systems, crippling communication, navigation, or life support systems. This could leave the crew unable to coordinate with ground control or other aircraft, exacerbating the emergency, turning a manageable situation into a full-blown disaster. The chaos and panic among passengers could further complicate evacuation efforts, making it even more challenging to manage the crisis effectively.
The risks to aircraft are significant and multifaceted. We need to consider everything from electronic interference to physical sabotage.
Absolutely. The complexity of these threats means that comprehensive measures are essential to ensure safety. But can we really stop this?
It's challenging but not impossible. With better international cooperation and advanced technologies, we can significantly mitigate these risks.
So, it's a matter of global effort and technological innovation. Let's hope that the necessary steps are taken before it's too late. It's crucial to understand these vulnerabilities in order to protect the supply chain and ensure the safety of air travel. The journey of a product from the factory to the aircraft is complex and involves multiple stages. Each stage presents potential vulnerabilities that can be exploited.
Advances in detection technology are essential in staying ahead of potential threats. We're developing systems that can identify sabotage attempts more accurately and efficiently.
These new technologies are designed to detect even the most sophisticated sabotage attempts, providing an additional layer of security.
I remember the day of the explosions vividly. It was a terrifying experience, and it made me realize how vulnerable we all are.
Incidents like these serve as a stark reminder of the importance of robust aviation security measures. In an ever-evolving landscape of threats, staying ahead requires constant vigilance, innovation, and collaboration. Only by working together can we ensure the safety and security of air travel for everyone.